What's the one 90s rock song you still hear in your head but can't remember who made it? If a chorus just flashed up, hold that feeling. Tonight, we're digging up the bands that should have been household names but slipped off the map. Not one-hit wonders by choice, bands with real songs, real stories, and exits that happen fast. You'll know the hooks, you may not know the names, and by the end of this countdown, you'll have 10 new rabbit holes to fall into. Quick deal, between us and your playlist, if you came up on mixtapes, MTV After Midnight, or the alt-rock station that only came in when it rained, you're in the right place. Every 60 to 90 seconds, I'll drop a memory trigger, an opening riff, a video cameo, a lyric shard to see which one sparks. Comment the moment it hits you. You'll be shocked how many people remember the same 4 seconds of a song and nothing else. Here's the promise: no filler, no repeats, and zero, they were huge actually, curveballs. These are the acts that made a dent then disappeared: splits, tragedies, label chaos, or just the wrong sound at the wrong time. We'll start with the should-have stuck the landing tier, bands that almost made it, then climb to the names that deserved a long run but got a short goodbye. As we go, ask yourself, was it radio timing, image, or just bad luck? Before we start, quick gut check. Which matters more to you? One perfect single that still goosebumps you, or a career that slowly fades? There's no wrong answer, but the number one spot tonight might change how you think about that question. All right, needle down on side A. At number 10, we hit an Atlanta power pop rocket that scored a modern rock smash, then vanished while the frontman quietly became one of pop's secret weapons. Recognize the chorus the second it lands? Tell me when it clicks, and keep your ears open. At number 9, we've got a one-and-done supergroup whose album is a complete clinic if you love melody. And at 8, there's a hook so sharp it survived the major label blender. Stay to the end, because the top 3 include a tragic detour, a Britpop what if that burned bright and brief, and a global anthem from a band that walked away at the peak. You've heard the last one in supermarkets, movies, and your first car, guaranteed. Ready to test your 90s memory in real time? Drop your guess for our number 10 as we roll the tape, and if we hit your forgotten favorite, sound off so we can pin it and build part 2 from your picks. Let's bring these bands back from Who Was That Again to add to playlist. Here's the opening scene, late 90s Atlanta, radio still shaking off grunge hangover, and a neon bright power pop chorus kicks in like caffeine. That's Marvelous 3, is liftoff, tight guitars, punchy hooks, a modern rock hit that sounds made for open car windows is The Grind, club tours, MTV rotation that felt big but not big enough, and a music world tilting toward nu metal and teen pop. The chorus was everywhere, the band name wasn't, is the twist. By 2001, they split, and frontman Butch Walker becomes a behind-the-scenes giant, writing and producing hits for the stars.
Tell me you're so loud. Tell me you're so loud.
The band disappears, the song stays. When that Freak of the Week riff hits, does it drop you back into a specific summer? What else was on your mixtape that week?
Hey, Rocklore community. Before we continue, let's have a real talk for a second, bro. You know, this isn't just a channel to us. And I hope it's not just a place you come to watch a video and then forget about it. This is a community. It's a place where we get to dig up the secrets of rock and roll, share our favorite riffs, and celebrate the artists who maybe didn't get the love they deserved. Right now, only about 1% of our viewers are subscribed. We can change that together and grow this community. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. When you do, you're not just helping a channel grow, you're becoming a member of the Rocklore family. You're signaling to us and to YouTube that these stories matter, that this music is worth preserving, and that this community is a place you want to be. Subscribing is your way of making sure you're always in the loop. It means you'll be the first to know when we unearth a forgotten legend, drop a new countdown, or dive into a piece of rock history you've never heard before. So if you're a true fan of the lore, if you get that same feeling of discovery that I do, then come join us. It takes 1 second to be a part of something bigger.
That's when you find me alone with my
Fade up on a Los Angeles practice room where four heavy talents, John Bryan, Jason Faulkner, Buddy Judge, Dan McCarroll, try the impossible, equal voices in one band. Their lone album, Rochambeau, is a power pop masterclass with stacked harmonies and wit that rewards repeat plays, too many writers, too many visions, and a scene that didn't know where to shelve them.
That's when you find me alone with my will.
Too smart for alt radio, too guitar for college pop, Act 3, Vanish. One album, respected reviews, then everyone scatters to solo work, film scoring, and studio wizardry. If you love melody, this is the secret handshake record.
That's when you find me alone.
Quick question, which track, besides Very Best Years, belongs on a How Was This Not Huge playlist?
Got his uptight white virgin on fire.
Open on Wilmington, Delaware, an unlikely zip code for crunchy, clever all introduction through MTV and modern rock radio. Devil's Diary is hooky and sly, a perfect mid-90s doorway song.
I'm bigger than Jesus now, and I love her.
Turbulence, a second album, L, lands into the teeth of label reshuffles and shifting radio formats. The band has songs. The machine around them is wobbling. By 97, they're out of the deal, out of gas, and the name fades even as the single keeps popping up on 90s playlists.
And Jesus now, and I love her. I'm big.
If you were programming a 90s night, would you put Devil's Diary between Sponge and Toad, the Wet Sprocket, or between Better Than Ezra and Gin Blossoms? Where does it sit for you?
Now it's you. I watched that girl destroy me.
Silver Lake before it became a brand, art punk flyers on light poles, thrift store amps, and talk-sing vocals that cut through the noise. The local fever, Possum Dixon rides the LA indie wave into an Interscope deal with Watch the Girl Destroy Me, sneaking onto alternative radio and late night TV.
I watched that girl destroy me.
The Balancing Act, they're too jagged to polish, too catchy to ignore. 3 albums deep, they live in that hard middle. Cult beloved, never fully converted by radio. Dissolve. By decade's end, the trend lines move on, the band calls time, and what's left is a snapshot of the pre-blog, pre-playlist LA Underground.
Curtains go down, we deal, and we deal again, and we deal.
Question for the memory bank. Did you first hear them on a local station, a mixtape from a friend, or a random MTV segment at 1 a.m.?
No one know how it would bust and never crack a smile or flinch or cry.
We roll into the desert at sunset, Tempe bars, dusty parking lots, and a chorus that smiles even when the lyrics smirk. Arrival, Banditos,
Motor guard, yeah, you really says you can't. Sean Picard and the United Federation.
is a road anthem with comic book swagger, the kind of tune you learn by heart without trying. The Fork in the Road, 2 albums in, the music industry wants tighter boxes, the band wants to be a band, they score a cool side win with the King of the Hill theme. Then choose identity over inertia. Rebirth. Name retired, spirit intact. They reform as Roger Klein and the Peacemakers and keep touring for the faithful. The Refreshments brand vanishes. The songs keep finding tailgates and 2-lane highways. Your turn. If you were driving cross-state tonight, which track do you cue after Banditos, another 90s radio gem, or one of their deeper cuts?
This video is sponsored by The Lore Store on Amazon, your one-stop shop for music lovers across reggae, rock, pop, and hip-hop. We built it for real listeners who don't want to dig through 1,000 listings to find the right gear. Inside The Lore Store, you'll find 5 aisles. VIP, top, battle-tested essentials. Headphones, turntables, speakers, gig-safe earplugs, smart speakers. Reggae vibe, roots and lovers. Rock made easy, automatic decks, warm bookshelf speakers, vinyl care. Rock lore, classic rock must-haves, open back cans, simple amps, living room concert vibes. Pop lore, feel-good everyday setups, clean, clear speakers, easy streaming, nostalgia-friendly picks. Hip-hop must-haves, punchy bass without the muddle, closed-back headphones, and living room systems that handle low-end. Plus a rotating crate of old album vinyl if you're rebuilding a 60s-90s collection. Every product page tells you who it's for, 3 pros, 1 con, and why we picked it. So you can choose with confidence. Flying soon? Check. VIP for noise cancelling that tames plane roar. Mostly listening at home? Try open-back headphones that let live albums breathe. Want instant gratification vinyl? Our fully automatic turntable is 1 button from silence to music, and the record cleaning kit knocks down crackle so the bass tightens up. Headed to shows? Grab high-fidelity earplugs, hands-free at home. Our smart speaker picks let you say, play 70s reggae or classic pop, and you're there. Deal alert! If you use the link in the description, you'll land on our curated picks with current best available Amazon pricing and active discounts where applicable. Prices change, so buy now to lock in today's deal. Tap the link in the description, pick your aisle, grab a favorite, and tell me which category you want me to build next. The Lore Store. Listen better, with gear that gets out of the way and lets the music live.
Picture 1990. Radio is shifting, grunge is around the corner, hair metal is fading, and jellyfish show up dressed like a rainbow. Exploded big melodies, stacked harmonies, clever lyrics. The King is half undressed, doesn't just play, it sparkles. Their debut album feels like a lost Beach Boys, Queen McCartney summit, and you can hear the craft in every bar. But the timing is rough. Program directors are chasing heavier. Jellyfish are light on the surface, but razor sharp underneath. They drop a second record that doubles down on songwriting, and critics love it. The public? Not enough people even hear it. Tour life is intense. Money is tight. By '94, they're done. No big farewell, no second act under the same name. And yet the songs refuse to die, passed hand to hand like a secret map for musicians and melody addicts. Ask yourself, what's more rock than making exactly the music you believe in, even when the format flips under your feet? If you've never gone past the single, which track are you queuing next? Joining a fan club? Ghost at #1? Or something deeper? Gainesville kids with college town guts and a lyric for every late night notebook. Mighty KC lands like a gentle punch, melancholy melody, a chorus that keeps circling your head. The road is opening, bigger rooms, real momentum, then the unthinkable. A van crash on tour, 2 band members and their tour manager are gone. The grace of God go wide into the grave. The survivors try to continue. How could you not when music is the only thing that helps you breathe? They regroup briefly as Sub Rosa, but the center can't hold. The catalog is small, the grief is large, and the single turns into a memorial candle that never burns out. Fans don't talk about what could have been like a cliche. They speak about it like a friend they lost. When you first heard Mighty KC, did you know the backstory? Or did the sadness in the chords tell you before the words did? Late '98, alt radio is still king, teen movies rule them all, and the Flies drop a hook that makes every chorus line punchier. The video slips onto heavy rotation, faces you know pop up in quick cuts, and suddenly the band is everywhere at once. Radio, soundtrack, after-school TV. They work, they tour, they try to follow the hit, but the charts are moving toward pop-punk on one side, post-grunge on the other, and the middle lane gets crowded. The next singles don't break the same ceiling. The audience remembers the song. always the song, but the name fades in the rear view. Years later, the track triggers instant memory, high school hallways, movie trailers, that one party where someone turned up the speakers and the room shouted the hook. That's a kind of victory. Quick engagement. What image do you see first when that chorus hits? Your old crush, your old car, or your old CD wallet? John Squire steps out of the Stone Roses and forms the Seahorses. Expectations are sky high. The debut arrives with chops, swagger, and a big ringing single. In Britain, the song blasts from shop doors and car stereos. It feels like an easy new chapter. Heavy touring builds the myth and the mileage, but writing a follow-up album is harder than it looks. Band chemistry shifts. The scene itself is changing, Britpop is cresting, and the come down is real. Behind the curtain, momentum is harder to hold than it looks from the pit. By 99, it's over. No second record, no cleanup single to close the book. What we get instead is a perfect snapshot, the sound of a world-class guitarist trying to start again in public. The live clips still thrill, and Love is the Law still feels like a clear blue sky day. Question for you, if you had the tapes and the keys, would you rather hear a finished second album or a raw rehearsal of what they were chasing?
Hey, Rocklore community. Before we continue, let's have a real talk for a second, bro. You know, this isn't just a channel to us. And I hope it's not just a place you come to watch a video and then forget about it. This is a community. It's a place where we get to dig up the secrets of rock and roll, share our favorite riffs, and celebrate the artists who maybe didn't get the love they deserved. Right now, only about 1% of our viewers are subscribed. We can change that together and grow this community. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. When you do, you're not just helping a channel grow, you're becoming a member of the Rocklore family. You're signaling to us and to YouTube that these stories matter, that this music is worth preserving, and that this community is a place you want to be. Subscribing is your way of making sure you're always in the loop. It means you'll be the first to know when we unearth a forgotten legend, drop a new countdown, or dive into a piece of rock history you've never heard before. So if you're a true fan of the lore, if you get that same feeling of discovery that I do, then come join us. It takes 1 second to be a part of something bigger.
One song detonates across the globe. It's smart, idealistic, catchy, a little confrontational, and strangely comforting. The album behind it is tight and tuneful, but that single, man, it's an anthem. Strangers sing it to each other at parties.
But hey, we do it in style.
Parents sing it to kids on the school run, then the twist. While everyone expects a big tour cycle and a second album, the band dissolves. Greg Alexander chooses the writing room over the spotlight and becomes the person behind hits. You definitely know the name. New Radicals stops, but the pen keeps moving. The song never leaves. It shows up at graduations, in films, at big public moments. It's not just nostalgia, it's utility. The right message at the right tempo forever. And that raises the question we've been teasing since the start. Would you rather chase a long career of mid-chart singles or leave one perfect song that follows people for decades?